This conference will now be recorded.
Stop the recording. Hold on. Stop the recording.
This conference will now be recorded.
Good morning. This is Fari Hemsey. It's 8:55 a.m. Wednesday, the 13th of January. Welcome. We did a little recording yesterday as a warm-up. I'm getting back on the saddle. Obviously, this should be done first thing in the morning. We didn't even post that. We will post this one. I am at the new place, and as one of the folks out there said, at a new undisclosed location. Correctly. I'll probably see more and more restrictions on me as things move forward, given what we're about to do on the other venture called the Tico Capital Management LLC. Yeah, hope you guys had a good year. Remember, we have 4 webinars scheduled: Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday, and then Tuesday. So 14 through 26. Boom, 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 boom. We don't do anything on Monday and Friday. So, but options, OTF, Happy Expert, and PMT. All right. So welcome. Well, let's go to Econ Calendar quickly. All right, there we go. As we discussed yesterday, that little mini recording, Fuller speaks this morning at 9:30. One of my favorites. It's a heavy duty stuff. That's not one of my favorites. This was a political animal. CPI reported this morning. Let's see how they did. Oh, mamma mia. Yeah, it was slightly. It was slightly above. Okay. Yeah. Export energy though is 1.6 versus 7. The same as prior. Yeah. All right. So it's below 2%. Fed is happy. Leave it. I don't know what Boehner speaks, and then Harker. Key thing is, what is Harker? I did find my list. Harker is Philadelphia. Boehner is a Fed, part of Fed Board of Governors in Washington. All right, so Clarita is the vice chair. Okay, I got my list there. I just gotta keep it updated. Tomorrow, jobless claims, must watch that. Nothing else that I can see. Powell speaks in the app around noon tomorrow, and then the Fed balance sheet. Surprise, surprise. Okay. Biggest stuff Friday, PPI. Retail sales even more important than that. And industrial production, yeah, maybe. I'm more interested to see what the Empire State in New York says, what their index looks like. Okay. Don't care about the rig counts, but it should be slowly edging up, especially on the banking area. Consumer sentiment, a must watch. Friday at 10. Okay. Now remember, Thursday night we have a webinar down there. Okay. What's it? 80. Okay. Remember Thursday night here we have a webinar at 5. Okay. Thanks. Moving forward, let's go to PMT quickly. Timer charts. Not is it what Don Jr. calls these things? Nothing burger, yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. So this has been the SPH has been a nothing burger last couple of days. Won't sit like that. Usually when you're in intraday volatility coils up like that, there's an expansion coming. What the heck is that? Okay, we have to be sure that we have to resolve with both. Okay. One second. One of my other choices. Okay, one of my choices messed up. I'll fix it. All right. So above +1 sigma and +2 below +2. So it's in that channel. Should we not penetrate down and maybe take the challenge again the low yesterday? I don't know if that would be the case or not. Maybe. What I would be looking for is move inside of the channel. So, having said that, yeah, I just want to get thing back. I want to see what the So, this is the channel I'm talking about right there. And of course, new all-time high is 38.27. Another tough area to get to. We're about 25 handles away. We're down 7 on the futures and 24 on the Nasdaq. Okay. Let's go to DT. I'm sorry. Nothing yet to report. We went over that yesterday. We're pretty much very neutral area right now. Maximum oscillators. Volumes, nothing is spiking on the downsides. So pretty quiet. We went through about 2 weeks of craziness around the election. Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, a little bit more than that. Maybe 3 weeks of it. Post-election, now it's just been a steady rise. So, yeah. All right. New highs on trend. This is reported yesterday, so it's not today, but yesterday. New highs on trans, new highs on Russell. This usually says new highs are coming. So the short opportunistic trade we try to put on is probably not going to work. So. But you can't play. You can't win if you're not willing to play. You got to take the bet, and you can't play if you don't pick up the bat and go to the base, home base and swing. So you have to be ready to take a look. We've edged up slightly higher from yesterday at the close at 3 on Momo. We're in the channel +1/+2 on SP1. No spikes here. That's a good news for the upside. That's where we are. The biggest spike we had was here, which was election time. Yeah, the 9th. Yeah, I think that's a Monday, wasn't it? No, election was the 3rd, right? Oh, yeah, that was a Monday. Yeah, that was a Monday. Yeah, that was when the Biden was declared by AP. Yeah, and Fox Analytics. Not Fox News, Fox Analytics. I wish Fox News was as smart as Fox Analytics, but that's a different story. VIX here. Let's look at if we have any shock waves in the works. I don't see it, but we're gonna get in a weekly mode to see it. See it? It's very, very tight. Very, very tight. We found a couple of small ones, short-lived, no more than a week long, 2 weeks long max. This was, of course, that was historic, and now we're hitting a 22. But I still will warn you and say vols are too high. For market to be at all-time high vol, in normal markets, you have no business being in 22. But we all know we're not in normal markets anyway. STU pulled back very sharply the other day. Last night it pulled out. As you know, if you look at the recording of yesterday, or those of you who participated in the recording around 2 in the afternoon, although it was scheduled for noon, I'm sorry I got back behind. I still have a lot of little errands here to take care of. It spiked up near the close. So I'm sorry, not near the close, after the close, because this number is published once a day after the close, about an hour after. It's a downside risk of an SPX put out of money put options. Okay? And so, and here's a table. You could do statistically take a look at what kind of standard deviation you're looking at. It's posted in PMT. Let's see. I should have that printed nearby, and I can refer to it there. I will. Let's see. We're running F21. Yeah, F21, which is January. I don't know what the expiration for it is, but it should be either this week or next week. Next week is the expiration for us, right? Yeah, for 20 seconds expiration. Is that right, Susie? We need to check that. I'm pretty sure it is because Friday was called Friday the first Friday was New Year's. So yeah, I think it's next week. So this could expire on the 19th, the VIX on the F21. By then we'll switch over by this Friday because you could see from the volume, this volume would change. Okay, we'll switch to G21 long and K21 or J21 short. So it'd be long February, short April. Okay, that's a 3 months effect. All right. I still got to work on this. I haven't. I'm not gonna lie to you. I haven't lied before. I'm not gonna start now. Stock RSI says I have a rendezvous point coming up. when these three gets very close to each other, on the upside or downside, they all usually finish their mission. So they're good kids. Yeah, exactly. All right, there we go. All right. Okay, so we have Brian here, Dennis, Jim, Robert, Tony, and Jack. Bravo. Okay. At 65, 66, slightly above neutral, but it's not overbought. So it does leave the room for upside move. Treasury yields, we were going to talk about that earlier yesterday, and of course I did momentarily in the webinar and the MB yesterday. Strictly, that was just really exercising, get my notes together and things that I set up in my other office to make it an easy production, so it could be repeatable on a daily basis. There we go. Okay, there we go. All right, so again, this is it's a process. There you go. One second. Okay, there we go. All right. Long story short, the 10-year is important, and we broke over 1%. As you know, that was Gil Caffrey's number, Mark's brother, the guy who did Big Shorts. And we've talked about that. And we're at 1.12, if you think of it that way. So 1.12 is going to divide this by 10. The peak was 1.18, almost 1.9. So almost 1.2 up there. There's a very good chance we're going to get there next month, which basically says the economy is getting better. We have better leadership, less chaos, and you know, even though it's crazy, but at least we're on alert. We're going to watch it. It's not going to. I don't think a repeat of last Wednesday is possible. You can see the whole place has gone on alert. So, and this would be a bad egg on everybody's face if the second time they fail. All right, let's go back to our last chart here that I usually show, and this is the 200-day moving average. It's a scoring index, so it shows number of stocks above it. It's done by stock RSI. All you have to do is punch that in, $, Sierra, Papa, X-ray, Alpha, 200 Romeo. That gives you what that value is. The score is at 91.18. It was as of yesterday. It hardly moved. I'm pretty sure that was the value yesterday. So yesterday it was hardly moved before the close when I was taping. So it was the prior day. This also settles once a day. That's what you want to look at. Intraday means nothing. Long story short, we're getting it. We no longer have separation that's consistent. The separation is shrinking very fast, you can tell. So we're going to have probably some sideways action, and then we have to look what these two moving averages try to tell us. Well, how they're going to break. And that's what I would be interested at to watch for. So no signal here other than, yes, possible bearish divergences, but that's very, very normal. We're going to see a lot of those. If you go back to my other charts of this on PMT archive, you see many, many times. It go on and on and on. Look at it this way. We didn't have it here, but let's say prior years, you'll be rising and this number is dropping. And then all of a sudden, the whole thing breaks down. So I think that's a little bit early. We'll see. All right. My target for a possible drop using SQ as a signal is mid-March. About March 10th, March 15th, as I expect the local minimum. Local. But I don't think we've started to the downside yet. I may be a little bit early. All right. What else? Okay, let's go to Ucf Charts. We're done with Econ, we're done with PMT. Here we go. Okay, overnight, this is what we have done. -5 and -11. I went to 30 minutes to give a more perspective of what has happened and to be able to have a solid count on my -3 sigma. Okay, it's important to have your count there. 1, 2, 3, turn it around. And 1, 2, not that one. So we had only 2 there. That hit 4 sigma. This is -4 sigma, very strong sell-off. It washes out, gets rid of the sellers. Okay, and the week longs are done. I'm sorry. The sellers come in. I'm sorry. No, that's it. Sellers come in. Sellers are in control, but there are no weak buyers left, weak longs left. They're smashed. Once that's smashed, it turns around. Why? It's there to steal our money. It has to be. So, but at maximum pain, we're going to rotate. They will not rotate until we get to maximum pain, so we can create maximum injury. That's what this market is all about. All markets are like that. We oscillate between fear and greed. Our job is to detect with some certainty, can't be 100%, between those levels, fear and greed, fear and greed. Okay, our archives were posted. We're up to date. We'll be keeping that up to date. This is some of the charts I also have on the other screen for you on the knock. Let's see. This is that's it. No. This is the NQ factor. Oh, this is what I broadcast last week when things were difficult. Yeah. Okay. So, what to look for today on the archive there? Look. The central the premise here is that the central line is rising. This is on the H21, the March contract. For me to get bearish here short term, intraday on ES, we got to see a break of 37 and 77 in this area, this rising central line. We haven't seen that. Look at how it supports it. Look at how we got into two, what do I call it? I forget. The confluence. We get to confluence of two bands, the K band and B band, and it sells off. Not exactly at that price, but fairly close to it. Comes back down, retraces back up, another retest fails and comes down again. So NQ is already heading down. You can see the left translation. Here's your right translation. And you can see the slope of the central line. Okay. Crude, it says the economy is getting better. I'm rising. So this is the targets I would look at. Okay. All right. Any questions? Please let me know. Thank you for attending. This concludes our first morning webinar at the new at the undisclosed location. Correct. We'll see.